Driftwood and Roots Nature Farm, growing our new world, one plant at a time. Now that we have started to reset your nervous system, let's take it up a notch.
This is the future home of Driftwood and Roots Nature Farm, located at the Balcars Estate Farms in the hills of the Buff Bay River Valley of Portland, Jamaica. At Driftwood and Roots Nature Farm, we know that man's true nature is to live in balance with the earth. Our guiding principle is to restore the symbiotic relationship between man and nature. So follow along with us as we explore and implement organic farming techniques such as permaculture, syntropic farming, hugelkultur, agroforestry, Korean natural farming, and key line water harvesting. We also will be using a myriad of natural building modalities. We're looking forward to reclaiming ancestral knowledge that has been lost or forgotten through the passage of time and the modern lifestyle. Construction methods such as wattle and daub, cob, rammed earth, and cordwood using materials that are harvested from the very site of the construction has fallen out of favor in the modern world and are looked upon as primitive. But what would happen if we reclaimed these techniques? If we reimagined how they could fit into our lives today? As the era of cheap oil is coming to a close, so will the era of cheap petrochemicals and its byproducts, bringing rising costs to farming inputs, transportation, and building supplies. Jamaica is one of the best positioned places on Earth to take advantage of the coming changes, with its abundance of natural resources especially. It's fresh water that will be more valuable than oil in the near future. Although Jamaica has its reputation built on being an island in the sun for the perfect vacation of food, fun, and entertainment, Jamaica is positioned perfectly in regards to the equator. This position grants Jamaica the luxury of a stable tropical climate that does not experience seasonal fluctuations of daylight hours. Jamaica stands at the precipice of immense change, one that will determine its standing in the coming global order. So while this position puts Jamaica at the top of the list for vacations, it also makes it a perfect location for agriculture. We just need to think about it in a new way, one that will preserve and build back the soil that offers us so much. Because with our traditional farming practices, we are losing more than 8 million tons of topsoil annually. This loss is caused by human activities such as deforestation, clearing of hillsides and slopes, modern construction, the lack of proper rainwater harvesting. Modern farming practices are not only harmful, they are downright unsustainable. With its heavy reliance on petrochemicals, such as inorganic pesticides and fertilizers. We will take a look at each of these practices and see the true impact it has on us and our environment.
According to the United Nations, deforestation is the purposeful permanent removal of trees, vegetation, and/or forests to convert the land for human activity, such as agriculture, infrastructure, urbanization, and mining.
The Sahara is a cautionary tale for Jamaica. Many people are unaware that 11,000 years ago, the Sahara was once a lush and fruitful region, teeming with abundance and biodiversity. Climatic changes caused by a new positioning of the Earth's axis, and further exacerbated by activities carried out by humans, brought forth the desertification that has yet to be reversed. Almost 3,707 acres were lost in 2024 alone. And although there are government initiatives and secondary forest regrowth that are helping to mitigate some of the loss, the land under management of the Forestry Department of Jamaica is only about 26% of the island's total forest cover. We do hope that the government's initiative to partner with citizens, private citizens, and stakeholders through their newly announced relief program will be fully realized, leading to an increase in the number of acreage covered by trees. Jamaica has lost more than 75% of its original forest. While we do understand that some forest loss is inevitable with the progress of human civilization, the average citizen must take in account their personal impact on our environment. When we lose primary forests, we not only impact our climate, we lose the habitat of endemic flora and fauna, as well as wildcrafted herbs that have garnered international recognition for their high quality and potency. Jamaica is ranked 5th among all islands of the world for endemic plant life and biodiversity. So the true total loss due to deforestation is truly hard to calculate, due to the underdeveloped sector of herbal medicine that Jamaica's economy hasn't fully taken advantage of as yet.
Two, clearing of hillsides and sloped lands.
With deforestation compounded by the clearing of hillsides and slopes for building and agriculture purposes, when the land is cleared of vegetation and leave the hillsides and slopes bare, it deprives the land of the stability the roots of the plants and trees give it. Their web-like characteristics holds the soil intact while the vegetation slows down the movement of water on the land, mitigating soil erosion and the sedimentation of our rivers. A common personification used by Jamaicans is when the river puts on its khaki clothes, "Don't try and cross it." This popular phrase is actually describing the sedimentation process in real time. Unfortunately, this phrase doesn't make the user of it aware of the damage caused by the topsoil entering our fresh waterways. It doesn't explain how this ever-increasing soil deposits chokes the natural flow of our rivers, in some cases completely cutting off tributaries, limiting the flow of fresh water to some communities. The loss of topsoil contributes to landslides that threaten infrastructure, government, and civilian assets. Better management of the use of sloped and hillside lands need to be implemented. One such intervention is the tried and true practice of terraced gardens that turn hillsides and sloped lands into usable, productive land, secured by retaining walls and perennials with deep, penetrating root systems. Two common perennials are lemongrass and vetiver grass. Both offer soil stabilization as well as potential income.
3. Modern construction.
Modern construction, for all its wrongs, cannot be fully condemned. It has brought forth the well-being of millions, lifting countless families out disease-riddled communities, and has improved the hygiene of some of the poorest among us. So, while we wouldn't dare to suggest that we scrap all the gains modern construction has made, we are suggesting that we remember all of the knowledge that our ancestors have left behind, and find a way to integrate the old with the new. While modern construction feels more long-lasting than construction styles such as cob and/or wattle and daub, but in reality, it isn't. The average concrete home only lasts 50 to under 100 years with proper construction and regular maintenance. while a properly constructed and maintained mud house lasts on average 100 to 1,000 years. But because humans have become hardwired to clone themselves into whatever society dictates, they have lost the true essence of what it means to be a one of one. They have been broken and whipped into submission. Instead of building homes with their own hands and locally sourced building materials, they rather choose to slave, a way to buy modern construction materials. We know that not everyone will be willing or able to construct a natural-built home due to its high demand on physical labor. But if even 30% of the population decided to build their own homes out of natural materials sourced locally, the financial freedom they would unlock would be a good start to securing a more peaceful and abundant life. In a modern built home, let's say one built out of concrete, the cost of heating and cooling the home in our Jamaican climate will not only increase immensely due to the volatility of the energy markets. Concrete structures absorbs the heat throughout the day. When the evening comes, all that stored energy in the form of heat, it is released back into the home as the night progresses. In stark contrast, a home built of natural material such as cob, rammed earth, and wattle and daub. These structures are living structures, meaning that they breathe, exchanging and cleansing the air as a natural function of the material. This material maintains a steady temperature within the low 70 degrees Fahrenheit and 21 degrees Celsius, making a quite comfortable environment without any added cost.
4. Rainwater. Harvesting.
According to Britannica, the island of Jamaica receives 82 inches or 2,100 millimeters annually. Jamaica is very blessed when it comes to rainwater. We will share two areas for our consideration. The first is Kingston, the surrounding areas, and the South Coast Plains. These areas receive 35 to 28 inches. The second area is the northeast section of the island, encompassing the John Crow and Blue Mountains. This section of the island receives an abundance of rainfall over 200 inches, or a whopping 5,080 millimeters. These are only two examples of rainfall totals the island receives. Next, we will give you the equations used to figure out rainfall collection totals.
Equation 1 Imperial System. Roof area measured in square feet times rainfall in inches times 0.623 equals gallons collected. Equation 2 Metric System. Roof area in square meters times rainfall in millimeters equals liters collected.
Now that we have the equations, let's proceed. A general rule of thumb is that if you have a roof that is 1,000 square feet and receive 1 inch of rain, you would be able to collect up to 623 gallons of rain, give or take. Now consider the rain totals previously mentioned and just think how much actual water you can be blessed with if you only prepared for the abundance we actually have. So while we celebrate our abundance, let's consider a few global statistics. In what is considered a third world country, such as Jamaica, the average person uses 1.3 to 5.3 gallons, or 5 to 20 liters of water per person per day, versus what is considered a first world country. Let's use the USA as the gold standard of first world countries. The average person uses 80 to 150 gallons of water, or 300 to 578 liters per person per day. With the previous rain totals discussed, why would Jamaican people not set up rainwater systems to be able to relieve themselves of a water bill and collect the blessings that fall on their roofs? A time is coming that only the wise and shrewd will be able to navigate. The lack of rainwater harvesting not only causes the people who are considered third world citizens to be caught up in a cycle of slavery or selling your time for money, but think, what if you could eliminate just one of your bills? What could that do for you and your family monthly or annually? We have to stop living in the way that we have been groomed to live and start living in the truth of the natural world of abundance. We all deserve to live in balance with nature.
On our next episode, we will explore further how the third world can free themselves of the shackles and chains that they see as status symbols. In collaboration with Balcar's Estate and Farms. Living life above the noise.
Epic Dream Travel, your liaison to the vacation of your dreams.
And the SCL Foundation. Gentle hands building the minds of the future. A charity for change.
This is Sarah Ann O'Connor. Thanks for watching.